I'm Kayla.
I'm Anna. This is Laughs and Legacies. Welcome back to Laughs and Legacies. This week we have A Time I Had a Meltdown.
I'm definitely going to expose myself a little bit, and I guess everybody else's story's the same, but I have two, because they're short. First one, I don't really know what was going on at the time, but obviously I was not in a good mood. My parents asked me to go take their car to get a car wash, and I was like, this isn't even my car. I have my own. I keep my own car clean. I can't believe I have to go take their car. Whatever. I was really annoyed by that fact. We had a free car wash to do like a deeper clean. So I get there, and I've done this 100 times. I knew which line I was supposed to go into, and I pull through, and I show the guy, I'm like, hey, here's my little ticket, and he goes, you're in the wrong lane. I go, no, I'm not. And he goes, yeah, you are. I need you to back up and go to this other lane. And I go, I'm not in the wrong lane. I've been here so many times. Of course, he tells me I'm wrong. So I start trying to back up. At this time, there were a lot of snowbirds in town, and they're all parked behind me, so I'm struggling to get out of this area. I was just getting so angry because I knew I was right. Why was he telling me I was wrong? Then I'm trying to struggle and blah, 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 and the lane he told me to go to was just for an outside clean, not an interior clean. And I am getting so mad. I just start crying, and I pull up to the guy and I go, this idiot over here told me to go in this lane, and now I'm out of this line, and the guy's like, it's okay. Go back around, I'll get it all fixed right, blah, blah, blah. And I'm bawling my eyes out because I'm just so angry, just bawling. This poor guy thinks I am a nutcase, freaking out. I was probably on my period, let's be real. Just upset. So I drive around the whole place and I pull back in, and he takes my ticket, he takes my car, and when I go to pick up my car, the original kid comes back and he's like, I'm so sorry. And I was just like, I'm sorry. I'm like, ugh. I wish you didn't see me again because I just bawled my eyes out, but yeah.
Good, feel that. You sent me to the wrong lane.
I was just so mad, which is so dumb, but anyways.
Look, when you're having a rough day, it only takes something so small.
So dumb.
So small. And you'll just cry. I don't listen to country, you guys, but on my drive home, I was listening to one country song and I started crying. I was like, what's going on right now? It was just a big day, I was like, oh man.
When anything can trigger you. My second one was when I was pregnant, which is a little bit more understandable, let's be real, but still, it was kind of an overreaction. All I wanted was a swig. I wanted my Dr. Pepper with coconut. That's all I wanted. So I drive to Swig. It's not far from my house, but it's not close either. Drove over there, it was a long line for being almost 9 p.m. because it was about to close. Super long. I wait through the whole thing. I get my drink and I start driving away, and I'm like, they flippin' put lime in it. Why did they put lime? And I just don't like that flavor. Anna likes it. She puts a whole lime in her drink.
Don't tell the internet, bro.
Sorry. Anyways, I don't like it. So I turn around and I wait in this stupid line again.
You turned around and went back.
I was pregnant with the craving. Of course I was. They ruined my craving. I turn around, I get back in line, and I get to the front and go, hey, you guys ruined my drink. Can you make me a new one? They're like, we literally just ran out of Dr. Pepper. And I start crying. I was like, are you serious? This is all I wanted. I just paid for my drink, and all I wanted was this drink, and you did it wrong. I could have had my drink, and you... I am crying, and this guy's like, we can do it with root beer. I'm like, you think root beer tastes the same as Dr. Pepper? In what world? And I am like, it's fine. I was like, can you just give me the credit back on my card? I was like, put it back on my card and or in my account, because I want a free drink later. And he goes, oh yeah, I'll do that. I'm like, cool, thanks. And I drove away, and I'm just crying, and Ale is staring at me like, are you serious right now? I'm like, yes, this is all I wanted.
That is a good one. Oh my gosh. You know what? And it's funny because I'm not even judging you.
If I'm going to pay for something, do it right. There's some minor things that I probably would just be like, whatever. But that's all I wanted. I didn't have a lot of cravings while pregnant.
That
was it.
That kid making that drink though is probably like, you know, the TikTok mouse right now. They just messed up. They didn't mean to.
And then he compared Dr. Pepper to root beer. That's just inconceivable.
That's unforgivable. No, I'm just kidding. The next story we have is from our boy Nate. Well, my boy Nate. He says, I was in the middle of my college career and didn't know which way I was going to go with my life. I had packed my stuff up from Arizona and moved to Utah in order to attend UVU. I moved in October of 2019 and was late to enroll, so I was only able to get one class, a night class. This was, I know, poor boy. This was the first time I had lived in the cold. The first time I had moved to a place where I had no connections and a time I felt confused about what I really wanted. Within a couple of months, COVID hit. Everything shut down and I was left with nothing but my laptop in my apartment.
Oh, so sad.
I was not in a great place and my mom had reached out to check on me and I told her I just wasn't feeling it. She drove down to talk to me and I just broke down and explained that I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't know anyone in Utah, had no human interaction with any friends for a while, and felt more alone than ever, which is never a feeling I like. This was a new low for me, uncharted territory, but you have to figure it out. You can't just give up. I'm very grateful for my family because that was a time when I really needed them. I needed someone and they were there for me at the drop of a hat. Eventually we figured it out and life went back to normal. Now life is better than it's ever been. I have a good job, great friends, a smoking hot, amazing fiance, and my family still has my back whenever I need them.
That's cute. They are. They're always... I mean, I don't know lots about them, but they seem like very there for when you need them. Kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyways,
I think you put
trustworthy. Not trustworthy. What's the word? Anyways,
they're there for them.
Yeah, that's cute. Well, I'm glad it's all better now, Nate. Our next story is from our Auntie Heather. This one made me like when I was reading it, made me like so angry. So. One time, I was driving to school to pick up one of my kids, and I was driving a little faster than the speed limit, and a lady started screaming at me, and I told her to go get a life. Not sure why I did that, but it made her mad, and then she said, I hope someone runs over your kids one day. Who has the audacity to say that? This just makes me so angry. Like, you can be as angry as you want, but run over your kids one day? Are you kidding me? So, pretty sure that later she was thinking that she shouldn't have said that. Basically, we both had a little meltdown and needed to take a deep breath. Who cares if I was late? I should have slowed down, even though no one was in the road. But she just didn't like my speed, and she shouldn't have said things like that. That, like, makes me, like, so angry. I, like, have no other words. It just is.
It makes me think of so many things. Like, when people are really heated, you can think of really awful stuff because you're feeling heated, angry. You're feeling hurt. Like, yeah, I don't know. She had a reason to be upset in that moment too. Maybe she wasn't even completely upset about the situation. I don't know. I'm making this up, but like
something.
Maybe she was having a bad day too, and she just had one more straw to break her, you know, and that was it too. And she just wanted to hurt someone else like she was hurting. That's what I do. I just, like, make scenarios up in my head when people are mean to me. I just, like, make scenarios up that they're hurting inside. And I'm like, yeah, they deserve that. They needed to say that. Well, no, they don't need to say it. But, you know, I make it make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it is silly. Like, she's probably a mom. She probably did feel bad. But yeah. I would cry too.
I think it's a good skill to have to be able to change a situation like that in your head too. My husband's like that. So I used to have pretty bad road rage, I'm not gonna lie, and he's like, you need to chill out. Like, that person could have been your grandma. That could be your cousin. That could be he's like, just imagine them as that, and then you wouldn't be mad at them. And I'm like, okay, you're right.
I heard a story the other day Someone's telling me a story about their son. They said he was driving and he got cut off bad by someone. And he was pissed. He was just having one of those days. And he started tailing them. And he followed them wherever they were going. He was tailing them so hard in his big old truck. And then, like, they were speeding pretty fast, too. So they were just going. And then they skirt and take a sharp turn to the emergency room.
Yep.
And now he doesn't judge when people are, like, driving scary or bad. He just always makes a scenario up in his head and says, like, they probably need to get somewhere really fast.
Yeah. You never know.
If anything, don't let bitter people make you bitter. Next story. This one also might make you mad or sad. This is from our Auntie Arlia. She says, I took the boys, her 2 sons, in for a haircut a few weeks ago, and from the moment I got inside the door, they acted like they didn't want to give them haircuts. We have been going to this same place for almost a year now. I asked my favorite guy, we'll call him Ronnie, if he was in that day, and the guy there says, no, he's here tomorrow, you can come back then. I said, no, that's okay, I'll just get the haircut today. They insisted I wait. I impatiently stated I would not be coming back another day. I mean, I have a baby already. I have a baby already unloaded from the truck and everything. I'm not hauling her back another day with me. So I have one of the boys go for their haircut, and the guy actually huffs and puffs at me when I'm explaining to him how I want his haircut. And I just lose my shiz. I said, you know what? I think I will come back another day because you clearly don't want to cut my kid's hair. And he was like, no, I just don't know what you mean and how you want it done. I was like, I'm going to be mean if I don't get out of this building. So we're leaving now. And the other guy was like, I'll cut their hair, both of them, trying to fix it. But I was too irritated already and just could not stand to be there. So I told the guy, the nicer one, that I was sorry. I was really not okay with how the other guy seemed to be really bothered by us needing haircuts. So a few days ago, I took Wyatt there for his cut. We started going one-on-one time, and I'll take one of them for a haircut, and we go get a treat beforehand. It's a good way for us to spend some time together. And lo and behold, Ronnie was there, and wouldn't you know, he didn't speak a word to me. Normally totally nice and chatty, so we won't be going there anymore. Wyatt got a good haircut from a different guy, but the damage was already done.
It's so weird, like, that they could be going to the same guy for so long and all of a sudden he's irritated with them. You wonder what had happened. But
Cue breakdown.
I just hate that, where somebody, like, why am I an inconvenience to you? If you didn't have spots open, that would be different. Say, hey, we're full, like, we can't take you. That's one thing. But that you're going to be irritated that they came in for haircuts in a hairdresser?
Let's make up a scenario right now.
No, we don't need to do that.
He was having a bad day. He just found out that his dog died. I don't know. Let's make up a scenario. Keep going. He was probably having a bad day too, and so he just took it out on other people. I'm sorry. That sucks.
But hopefully they find a better place now
Yeah.
to go get their haircut, that don't get irritated with them. I feel like it's good to have someone who you always go to as well, because then they know your cut. They don't have to ask you. Like, if he's a hairdresser, he should be able to go, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And, like, yeah. And it's sad that Ronnie didn't talk to them. Like, they didn't even have that interaction with Ronnie. Like, it was with a different guy.
They must have said something, made it sound worse than it was. I don't know.
Rude. Anyways, silver lining, they have a new place, and they do one-on-one haircuts so that they can go get ice cream or a treat.
I like that idea. I'll probably do that with my kids in the future. Actually, I want to learn how to cut my kids' hair.
You were just telling me that, like, yesterday or something.
Like, yeah, I can take them somewhere, but I don't know. I just want to learn. I feel like it'd be easier. Just be like, okay, haircut night. Everyone get your butts down here. I'm just going to get out.
Perfect. I'll send my kids over there.
Sounds good. All right, our next two ones are both of Anna's friends, so these would be fun. First one is from her friend Kaylin. She said, I had a weird encounter with a guy who argued with me when I told him I didn't want to kiss him and basically refused to exit my house. After that encounter, I had some trouble sleeping, so I woke up at 5 a.m. and decided I was going to finish up some yard work. Good for you, because I don't do yard work.
At 5 a.m.
I mean, I just don't do yard work at all, but 5 a.m, that's going to be a hard pass for me. I was so upset by this situation that I took all my anger out on this poor dwarf palmetto plant. I think that's how you say it. I'm not a plant lady. Anyways, for comparison, it took my dad like 15 minutes to remove one before because they have so many roots and the ground is so tough, but it only took me 5 minutes. So I know my neighbors think I'm insane because I was sobbing at 5 a.m. digging up a plant, but hey, who needs therapy when you have yard work?
I can just see all this playing out. Just pulling up.
This plant.
Imagine being the neighbor too. You're just like...
Okay, but if somebody else is up at 5 a.m., I think maybe they have problems too. Just kidding. Or going to work. I guess people do that.
I love this coping mechanism. It sounds like a good plan. Gardening. I like it. Picasso. Our next one is from my friend Bree. This is my favorite story. It's a perfect one to end with. I had a major breakdown at school. All I remember is it was one thing after another one day. I was having a rough morning getting ready. Then I had 2 tests. And then I had PE. We did the pacer test that day.
Oh my gosh, I hate the pacer test. That was the dumbest thing. I was even in good shape, and I hated that thing.
Oh, then the final straw was when my pencil broke. So I cried for 15 to 20 minutes.
The pencil break. Could you imagine just in class, you're just writing just... That's all I can imagine. Like, I don't even picture it as her because I don't even know who she is. I just imagined it as like a cartoon and like fire going up. Her head just...
Let me tell you my straw, okay? That broke me when I was younger, you know? I don't even know what would happen during my days, but if we ever had tacos, I would always have a breakdown. And my family, I'm so glad they don't constantly make fun of me today. When I was young, I didn't know how to hold the back end of the taco or to like close it or fold it, so I just would pick it up from the top and I would go to bite it and bring it up vertically and it would all fall out when I was just left with tortilla, and it would literally destroy my little soul.
The tears that came from her because of the stupid taco was unreal. I don't think I will ever get that image out of my mind. We should have taken a video. Why did we never take a video? It was so good. Just like absolute bawling. We're like, what is wrong with her? It was so funny.
You guys should have asked how I was doing. No, I was kidding. Are you okay?
Are you okay?
No. Actually, that happened.
That did not happen in our family a lot when we were younger. It was more, suck it up.
Suck it up, buttercup. That happened to Nate's little brother. They were eating Chipotle burritos, and it was falling apart. It kept falling, and he was just getting pissed. And so they were eating in his car. He was getting pissed. Opens the door, comes out, and drop kicks the burrito. Scatters everywhere. Talk about meltdown.
Nate has a picture of that too, of his, just the burrito like literally scattered all over the parking lot.
Good meltdown.
That kills me. I just think that's so funny, just getting so angry at your burrito.
Look, if you've never gotten mad at your Mexican food falling apart, then you haven't lived, okay? It happens. It's relatable. That's all of our stories for this week. What's next week?
Next week is going to be a time with grandparents, so should be a good one. A little heart to heart.
Yes. Share us your stories. Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.